Shiraz. It's a relatively new wine to our portfolio, but it all began back in 2006 with an old vineyard that was destined to be pulled out for housing. With a bit of investigation, some of it was planted by Christian Arik, the same guy that planted the Freedom Vineyard. He died in 1860 as a grape grower, so some of these vines are around 140 to 150 years old. We transplanted them from the vineyard to the winery property, one vine at a time. Fortunately, the winery was close to the estate, about 500 metres, but it still is a long way by tractor when you're doing one vine at a time. We prune them back basically to an inch of their life, and with over a 90% success rate, we now have a wonderful little vineyard at the winery property, which we call the Orphan Bank. The orphaned vineyards planted on the bank of the North Parra River. So that's the inspiration behind the label. But throughout the Barossa Valley and Eden Valley, there's many old vineyards, and we've got half a dozen that we buy fruit from, and a couple of our own, which we use in this blend. And it works really well because the Barossa Valley tends to give you a little bit more sweet fruit, richer, full-bodied wine. With the Eden Valley, a little bit more blue fruit, herbals, spice, and great natural acidity. So you get in that blending potential, a pretty outstanding wine. Each vineyard is individually vinified so that we get to recognise those characters before the final blend. They're matured individually as well, just to see how they hold up after a couple of years in barrel before that the final creation. I use the same French oak style as I do for the Freedom, very tight grain, really just to impart more of a structure and texture to the wine than oak character. And with that combination of Barossa Valley, Eden Valley fruit, we're really getting the best and the oldest vineyards that we source to make this wine.